Hi Ellie, I wanted to thank you in person. When we met, 4 weeks ago now, I'd already done groundwork, so I knew a bit about what was coming. But my pain had been chronic for in excess of 30 years. And then the last 4 had been particularly painful and bad, and had actually started to change my normal life. So I felt it was time for change. So when I came to you, we took the photographs and we looked at them, and I was quite bent. And you asked me what the one goal was. And the only goal that I really had above everything else at that time was to be able to wake up in the morning, look outside and to feel motivated to go for a walk, because over the last 4 years that had changed for me, just due to fear that my back was going to go, that I was going to be in pain, I wouldn't be able to complete the walk, that when I got back from the walk, all of those things that people who have chronic back pain go through every day. And you kindly went through the assessment and we looked at my pictures and we came up with some exercises. Now, I'm going to be honest, the exercises, you don't feel like you're doing anything. And so I kind of questioned whether this process was going to work for me. But in the back of my mind, I kept the faith and said, trust the process, just trust it. So we had our second meeting and we looked at the pictures, and I was surprised to see some changes, because I had some difficult times through doing the exercises, and there had been some easier times. So we updated my exercises in the second week to more exercises that again just seems so easy, so simple. How was this going to work was what was going on in my mind after all of the chiropractic, all of the osteopath, the MRI scans, and I mean I've had more than one of all of these things throughout this chronic period. By the time we got to evaluation, which is the last part of your one-to-one sessions, I'd had a couple of really monumental weeks. And I remember you asking me the question, your goal, Donna, was to wake up in the morning and not feel pain. And when you asked me, I was surprised, because I realised I'd been doing that for 2 weeks and hadn't realised. I'd been springing up out of bed, getting up with my spaniel and being able to go for a walk without thinking about it. And it was that connection of, really? So turning my feet and doing these things that you've set for me has really given me back that level of freedom. Then when we looked at the pictures again, I realised, because over certainly the last year, I've unfortunately put on a little bit of weight because I'm not as active, or hadn't been as active, because I hadn't been able to go out hiking. And we looked at the pictures, and so I knew I'd gained weight over this period. But when we looked at the pictures, I was surprised. I looked like I'd lost weight. And I remember being so surprised, and you said, this is normal. This is what happens because look at your posture. And I realised that I was standing completely differently in every single picture. So I cannot stress enough how amazing and magic this process is if you trust it. Thank you, Ellie. It's been life-changing for me. I've got my exercises now. I'm going to do them every day because I think it's important. And if I can't do them every day, I will definitely be doing them every other day, because I know that if I don't do them, I can start to feel those niggles again. So thank you. Thank you so much. I am really grateful and surprised, and I trusted the process.